All right, let's talk about something that, let's be honest, probably eats up way too much of your day: client emails. We're going to dive into how AI can totally transform them, making them not just faster, but way smarter and, honestly, a lot more effective.
Okay, does this feel a little too familiar? You know that feeling, right? Staring at the screen, trying to find a new way to say the exact same thing you said yesterday and the day before. It's such a drag, and it's a huge waste of time. Well, today, we're putting an end to that.
Yep, we're talking about the daily email grind. And the real problem here isn't just that it's boring, right? It's that it's almost impossible to sound genuine and personal when you're just trying to get through your inbox. You're always fighting the clock.
Oh, we all know this drill. The dreaded blank page. The endless cycle of copy, paste, tweak a name, paste again. Before you know it, your outreach feels totally robotic. You're not building relationships, you're just checking boxes. It's not great.
So what if you could just hand this all off to an assistant? Well, you kind of can. Let's meet Gemini. And I want you to think of it less like a tool and more like your personal co-pilot, designed from the ground up to solve this exact headache and, most importantly, give you back your day.
Now, we're going to tackle this problem with two really powerful methods. On one hand, you've got scheduled actions. This is for all that recurring stuff. Think newsletters or daily updates. And on the other hand, we've got something called gems. This is your secret weapon for those on-the-fly, super personal messages. Let's dive in. All right, let's jump into method one, automating your outreach. This is all about setting it and forgetting it. We're going to put your routine emails on autopilot so you can actually focus on the stuff that really matters. So let's look at a real-world example. This comes from a sales consultant named Obi Anyador. And check this out. This is the exact prompt he uses. Every single day, like clockwork, it automatically cooks up fresh, relevant emails for him. No hands. So how does that one little paragraph do so much? Well, the magic is all in how it's built. Let's dissect this thing piece by piece and see why this prompt is so darn effective. Okay, element number one is the trigger. It's as simple as it sounds. Every morning at 8 a.m. That's it. But this little phrase is the entire foundation. It's a clear, non-negotiable command that tells the AI when to wake up and get to work. Next up, we've got the task itself. Notice how specific it is. Create separate emails for each car. This is so important. You're not just asking for a blob of information. You're telling the AI exactly what to make: the format, the scope, the whole shebang. Now, this is where it gets really smart, the constraints. Think of these as the guardrails for the AI. Saying things like short, informal, 3-sentence emails, or invite them to visit, isn't just a suggestion, it's a direct order. It shapes the tone, the length, and makes sure every email has a clear purpose.
Okay, and here it is, element 4, sourcing. This, to me, is the absolute game changer. When you tell the AI to source its info from recent news and reviews with links, you're commanding it to go out and do real-time research. This is what keeps your emails from ever being stale. They're always fresh, always credible, and actually valuable.
So that's automation. Awesome for the daily stuff. But what about those one-off emails? The ones you need to send right now to a specific person. For that, we need a different kind of magic. And that brings us to method 2, personalizing in an instant with gems. Now, don't worry, the setup for this is super simple. It's a one-and-done kind of thing. You basically just click your profile, go to Explore Gems, and you fill out 2 little boxes. These boxes are where you're going to build your own personal AI assistant. So let's see what you put in there. Okay, the first box is all about you. You're essentially teaching Gemini who you are. You tell it your name, your job, where you work, what your brand is all about, like trust and expertise. This is the background context that it's going to remember for every single thing it does for you from here on out.
Then, in the second box, you give it its marching orders. This is where you tell it how to talk. You lay out the rules, make it 3 sentences, focus on one feature, always include a review link. You can even tell it exactly how to sign off every email. You're building your own little email writing rulebook.
Okay, so that's the setup. That's the before. It takes a few minutes, one time. But now, let's look at the after. This is where it gets crazy.
And here it is. This is your new prompt. That's it. Just one word, your client's name. You type that in, and Gemini takes everything we just talked about, your background, your rules, your sign-off, and instantly writes a perfect, personalized email. The whole blank page problem? Gone. Solved with a single word. It's incredible. But wait, there's more. We've been talking about writing emails, but Gemini can also be your partner in crime for coming up with what to write about. It can literally turn you into an idea machine.
Check out this prompt, for example. You could set up another scheduled action that just feeds you the top 10 industry news stories every single morning. It does the reading for you, so you're always in the know and you've always got something fresh and valuable to talk about with clients. So when you put these two things together, it's like a superpower. You've got the steady, reliable drumbeat of automation handling the routine stuff, and then you've got the lightning-fast reflexes of GEMS for that personal touch. You're not just writing better emails, you've fundamentally changed how you communicate.
So, what's the big takeaway here? I mean, look at this. You're getting hours of your life back every single week. Your content is always fresh, it's always credible. You can finally personalize your outreach at scale, which used to be impossible. And all of this funnels down to the one thing that actually matters: building real, trusting relationships with your clients. So, I want to leave you with a question to think about. After seeing all this, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? What's that one repetitive, annoying task you're going to hand over to your new AI assistant?